Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Board Masters, and today we are back with Lord of the Rings and we are going to attempt to escape from Dol Goldur. Now, following on from last week's victory against Journey Down the Anduin, I have thoroughly checked the decks because Aaron in the comments pointed out that I had a lore card mixed in with my spirit deck, which was self-preservation, which probably did make a big difference because I know it kept Eowyn alive. But I figure that must have been mixed in when we used Spirit and Lore decks way back when Kurt and I did Passage Through Mirkwood back in October, I think that was. So not only was I misusing Tharlin's power when I was doing Tactics and Lore, I also was missing a self-preservation card from the deck. So I figure across those playthroughs, I made it hard enough for myself that the benefit I got last week when winning evens out. That's how I'm justifying it to myself anyway. Few little new things that we have in Escape from Dol Goldur in terms of mechanics. We have these objective cards that we have to find to get out of the prison, basically. And the way you do this, they get attached to an enemy in the same way that I would play an attachment to one of my heroes. Then when the enemy or location is cleared, I can then claim them and attach them to my heroes. On top of that, we also have a new keyword on enemies. So we have Doomed, which is on this Cavern Guardian. So Doomed and a number basically means when that character is revealed, you increase your threat by the number. In this case, it's Doomed 1, and I've already increased the threat on my trackers for that. And with that all being said, I think we may as well just dive straight in. So, 1A, the Necromancer's Tower. The Lady Galadriel of Lorien has asked you to investigate the area in the vicinity of Dol Goldur. While doing so, one of your allies was ambushed by orcs, captured, and is now held in a dungeon cell. Search the encounter deck for the 3 objective cards, reveal and place them in the staging area. Also place the Nazgul of Dol Goldur face up but out of play alongside the quest deck. Then shuffle the encounter deck and attach one encounter to each objective card, which we have done. When revealed, randomly select one hero card among all the heroes controlled by the players and turn it face down. That hero is now considered a prisoner, cannot be used, cannot be damaged, and does not collect resources until it is rescued, as instructed by the card effects later in this quest. The players as a group cannot play more than one ally card each round. Players cannot advance to the next stage of this quest unless they have at least one of the objective cards. Okay, so in terms of the prisoner, Tharlin has already been captured, so he is there. I'll just deal out the resource tokens, so Tharlin does not get one. And so we also have an important condition there that across both hands I can only add one ally per round. And also I'm one hero down, which I guess is why this is nigh impossible on solo mode. I'm going to try and avoid putting cards in this space because I'm concerned about the glare. So that's why there's a gap there. But let's dive in. So, turn 1. Now I really want to get these Blades of Gondolin attached to Legolas so he can start churning through progress tokens, but I better draw again. Always forget on the first time. Ooh, but I do want to play an ally, especially on this side because I've only got 2 heroes. Okay, I think I'm going to get I'm going to play the Axe Hand, actually. I was tempted by the Spearman. I do love the Spearman. But looking at it, depending on shadow effects and everything, the Axe Hand is the one with a chance, because this Cavern Guardian is going to engage in a moment, and the Axe Hand's got a chance of surviving. I may put Gimli in, because you know, he can take a bit more damage and he actually gets stronger. So over to Spirit. I've got a northern tracker in my hand. I can't play an ally now this go. So I'm going to get Favour of the Lady and attach that to Éowyn. So attached to a hero, and that attached hero gains 1 extra willpower. So I mentioned at the end of last week that Éowyn is a beast when it comes to questing. Even more so now because she's got 5 willpower. And there we go. In terms of my overall plan for these attachments, because most of these do damage, so the Dungeon Torch will raise attached hero controller's threat by 2. So hopefully I'm going to get that on a spirit character because that's a much lower starting threat. Gandalf's map, attach it to a hero means they cannot attack or defend. Again, I'm going to hope to get that attached on Éowyn because I never use her for attacking or defending anyway if I can avoid it. And the Shadow Key does 1 damage per round to the attached hero. So again, I'm going to try then get that on Gimli, I think. And hopefully that will just beef him up over each turn because with each damage point he gets more and more powerful. Right, so questing. Again, this is where it's going to be. I think with this I need to, well, Éowyn's definitely going to quest because she's 5. And then I think most of my progress tokens I'm planning is going to come from Legolas killing enemies. So I think with questing I just want to try and manage the threat a bit. So I'll put Gimli in as well. And then, so we've got 7. We've already got 6 in the staging area, but we'll just have to see. Necromancer's Pass. Okay. And the Dol Goldur Orcs. And they have a when revealed card. The first player chooses 1 character currently committed to a quest and deal 2 damage to him. So that's going to have to be Gimli. Okay. So in terms of questing, I don't want to discard 2 cards at random because I've got 3 attachments that I really want to use, basically. So I'm going to ignore the Necromancer's Pass and I'm going to quest to the Enchanted Stream. So that means I can't draw cards while that's there. And, oh, in terms of the questing, that was 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 against my 7. So threats up by 4 already. Okay. So in terms of engagement, I think I'm going to, well, I want this one, again, because I said I'm planning to attach the Shadow Key to Gimli. Might be a bit of a risk now that he's already got 2 damage, but yeah, if I've got the Citadel plate in hand, so I need to try and get that attached as soon as I can. And then over this side, I think I'm going to engage the Orcs. Okay, so we'll have the Axe and Defend. Shadow Effect does nothing. So that's going to do 2 attack against 1 defense, so 1 damage there. And I'll have Eleanor defend against the Orcs. Shadow Effect, choose and discard 1 attachment you control. Well, that's going to have to be Favour of the Lady, sadly. But that's then going to do 2 attack against Eleanor's 2 defense, so that's not going to do anything. And then in terms of attacking, Legolas is going to kill the Cavern Guardian. And so I get to then put 2 progress tokens here. I'll return that to the staging area for the moment, but it's now basically, oh no, those will go on the Enchanted Stream. Not there, so that is clear. And I'll put that And so they're now unguarded, so I can claim them whenever I like. I'm just going to resolve the round a moment. And I'm going to have done here, attack, not the, or actually, will I kill that? Yeah, I'm going to get 2 damage straight off against the... Do I want to kill the Dol Goldur orcs? Or damage the Beastmaster? Because he's going to engage next turn now. Choices, choices. I'm going to kill the orcs because I figure you want to minimize the damage, and that's going to be the end of that turn. I'm going to claim the torch and place it on done here. So increase that by 2 plus 1 for the end of the round. Refresh, refresh. Increase by 1. Now, as far as I'm aware, doesn't say at any point that you have to use an action to claim these objectives. So I don't think you exhaust your heroes to do so. So now the end of the round is ended, I'm going to attach the shadow key to Gimli so that he doesn't take a damage for that first round. Again, couldn't see anything in the rulebook or on the cards that say you can't just claim them whenever you want and that you have to exhaust someone to do it. So I'm going to go with that. And then we're over to Spirit's turn, and the Enchanted stream is cleared, so I can draw a card. I've got 4 resource tokens. So I think I'm going to get the Northern Tracker into play, because we saw last week how valuable they are in terms of keeping the staging area free of locations. And over to Tactics. So they cannot play an action now, or an ally, sorry. I'm going to play 1 Blade of Gondolin on Legolas, meaning he gets an extra attack when attacking an orc, and also gets an extra progress token on the current quest when he kills an enemy. Okay, so straight into questing. We've got 5 at the top there. So Eowyn and the Tracker. Okay, and that's 5, and I think I'm going to leave it like that, to be honest. Okay, Dungeon Jailer. If the Dungeon Jailer is in the staging area after the players have quested unsuccessfully, shuffle 1 unclaimed objective card. Ooh, that's going to hurt me now. And then when revealed until the end of the phase, raise the total dread in the staging area by the number of players in the game. So that's 2. So 2, 4, 5, 8 against my 5. So that's a 3 increase of threat. It's ramping up a bit quicker than I would like. I'm not going to journey there actually, because I figure the Tracker is going to sort that out next go. Right, so in terms of the engagement, the Jailer is actually going to attack down here. Oh, I need to shuffle this Gandalf's map in before I forget, because I have now lost that. Luckily we've managed to claim 2 of them, because if you get all 3, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay. So the Dol Goldur Beastmaster can engage Spirit and Dungeon Jailer against Tactics. He gets 2 shadow cards. In terms of defense, it's going to have to be Eleanor. And I got no shadow effects, that's a bonus. So 3 attack against her, 1 defense. And then Dungeon Jailer, the axe hand can defend again. Again, no shadow effect. Oh yeah, no there is. Defending player raises his threat by the number of enemies with which he's engaged, which is 1. And then that's gonna kill it basically. Which could be worse. Okay, so attacking, Eleanor's defended, so done here. It's gonna do 1 damage. So now Gimli's going to do 4, and Legolas has got 2 orcs, so he's going to do 4 as well because of his attachment. So they're going to do 8, which is actually going to kill this orc straight off. And he's got victory points, so I'm going to put him up here. Just going to check if I killed anything else with victory points a moment, because I've been forgetting to do that so far. Oh, put it under you put it under the threat tokens, don't you? Okay, so that's 2 tokens over here, and that's the end of that round. So another threat, so already hit 40 with tactics, which is a bit of a concern. Okay, well I want to save up for the Citadel plate because I need to get that on Gimli as soon as I can, because he's just taken another damage from the objective. So I'm going to keep Quick Strike at hand for this go because it's only 1 resource, and it hopefully will mean Legolas can kill something before I actually get hit too hard. Does mean I can put an ally in play over here. But I think I want to play the Galadrim's Greetings for 3 resources, which will allow me to either drop both players' threat by 2 or 1 player's by 6. And I think I'm going to go with the 6 and drop tactics down to 34. And then questing, so Northern Tracker is going to put a progress token on that, which clears it. And then Eowyn, and then again we'll stick with that. Oh, when revealed, the player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of its heroes. Attached hero does not ready unless you pay 2 resources. Ouch, that is hideous. Okay, I'll attach that to done here as well. 1 more. Oh, another treachery. Each enemy in each location gets 1 dread. There isn't any there, so that's a bonus. So I'm actually going to get 5 progress tokens on that go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's nothing to defend over here. Is there a way I can... Okay, I'm just going to play Feint, actually, which means choose an enemy engaged with a player. That enemy cannot attack that player this phase, so he cannot attack. And then attacking, Legolas is ranged, so he can attack the Beastmaster. He's an orc, so it's going to do an extra damage, so he can do 4. And so I just need 1, so I'll do Eleanor, and they will combine to kill him. And I will get 3 progress tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So stage 1 is now complete. Okay, 2A. Finding a hidden entrance to the dungeons of Dol Goldur at last, you attempt to make your way through the caverns beneath the hill, searching for your imprisoned friend. The denizens of this labyrinth stand in your way, while the jailers protect the prisoner. After placing any number of progress tokens on the card, flip the prisoner hero card face up and place 1 damage token on it. This hero has been rescued and now may be used by its controller. The players as a group still cannot play more than 1 ally per round. Players cannot advance to the next stage unless they have rescued the prisoner and have all 3 objective cards. So that is where failing, or which one is it? Gandalf's map being somewhere in there is going to really hurt me. But as soon as I get an objective token on that, Thalin comes back into play. So that's the end of another round. 35, 37. But other than that, it's looking quite promising at the moment. But I believe as soon as I rescue the prisoner, the Nazgul of Dol Goldur is going to come into play, and that is going to really cause problems. Oh, not damage tokens. Got enough of those already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's spirits go, so draw a card. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Right, I'm going to play the Wandering Took as my ally for the round. And then over to tactics. Oh, the Gandalf bomb. But something that may come into play now that I've got, once I get Thalin anyway. But initially, what I need to do is play the Citadel plate and get that attached to Gimli, so he now has 4 extra hit points, taking him up to 9. So he'll hopefully do some damage. So in terms of questing, just going to go with Eowyn, I think, on this. Because I want to avoid using Dun here, because I just cannot afford to use the tokens to refresh him. Okay. Mountains of Mirkwood. So to travel there, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Fine. Okay, so that's an interesting card. And then Endless Caverns, Doomed 1, so that's going to put 1 on my threat. And sadly it also has Surge. Oh, and brought out another one. Okay, so we got the Tower Gate. After travelling to Tower Gate, each player places the top card of his deck as an Orc guard. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so again, this threat is just getting too high. I'm not happy. So where do I want to travel? I'll leave the Tower Gate, I think. I'll go with Mountains of Mirkwood. So that's added another Tower Gate, so potentially these weren't shuffled particularly well, but then I'm not the greatest when it comes to that anyway. And well, that's basically that go, because there's nowhere to explore. Oh, I've done the travel phase, there's no engagement or anything. So threat up again. Okay. Draw a card, or another quick strike, that could come in handy. I'm going to want to get Gandalf in play as soon as I can, because he's going to reduce my threat by 5, so I'm going to save that, I think. Onto Spirit. Oh, perfect. The Galadrim's Gathering, so I'm going to play that straight away. For 3, which is going to reduce, I'll reduce this one by 6. Down to 36. I think I'm going to use this quite early. I'm going to use the Will of the West, which means I can shuffle the discard pile back in, because all 3 of those cards are cards I want to have available to me. Okay. So in terms of questing, Northern Tracker, absolutely. So that's going to clear both of those. Put a location progress on those 2. And then I think Wandering Took and Eowyn, just going to have to go for it. So we've got 6. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. Do I want to exhaust Eleanor for that? Now I can probably take that for a minute. The first player, which is Tactics, chooses 1 character currently committed to a quest, deal 2 damage to that character. None are committed to a quest, so that, when revealed, is ignored. Perfect. So we've got 2, 4 threat, and we have got 6. So we're going to put 2 progress tokens on here. And then the Dol Goldur orcs are going to engage this way. And then I'm going to play Quick Strike now, which will delay me getting Gandalf into play. It means I can exhaust a character to immediately declare it as an attacker and resolve it against an eligible enemy. So that's going to be Legolas, because he can do 4 damage against an orc, which is going to kill him straight away. And it's going to give me 3 progress tokens, so 1 on there and 2 on there. So when that is cleared, each player may search the top 5 cards of his deck for 1 card and add it to his hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to take Feint, actually, because Nazgul is going to engage with Tactics next go. I think if I can feint it out, that might be a help. As for Spirit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think with the way threat is rising in this, Gandalf is going to be kept for that as well. Or potentially I could use Gandalf to do 4 damage. I could use both Gandalfs to take out Nazgul. Okay, so refresh, threat, tokens, and Tharlin has been rescued now, so he's back in play. Okay. And again, I think I'm going to save my tokens because I want Gandalf as soon as possible. Over to tactics. I want to use Feint against, because he's now in play. So I could use a Blade of Gondolin and attach that to Legolas as well. So he now has 2 restricted, but he's going to do 5 damage to an orc and get 4 progress tokens every time he kills something. So questing, Northern Tracker. Aowen, Tharlin, and the Took. So that's 5, 6, 7. I mean, there's already 7 there, so this isn't going to go well, but we'll see. Okay, Great Forest Web, and another Dol Goldur Jailer. But there isn't an unclaimed objective card for him to get rid of this time. So 1, 2, 7, 10. Of course, he's going to take a damage from Tharlin. So up by 3. And then engagement checks. So the Jailer is going to engage with Spirit. And the Nazgul is going to engage down here. Oh, I didn't decide if I was going to travel, did I? No, I don't think I will. Actually, I think I'll leave them all there. Right, so Eleanor can defend. Shadow card. Defending player must choose and exhaust the character he controls. So I will play a Test of Will, which cancel... No, that's the wrong one. I will play Hasty Stroke, which cancels a shadow effect just triggered during combat. So then he's going to do 2 attack against 2 defense, and that's fine. And then, as I said over here, I'm going to play Feint, which means the Nazgul cannot attack. And then attacking wise, Gimli is going to do 5 damage. Legolas can do 3 to, so that's going to be 8. So that's going to do 5 damage against the Nazgul, or Legolas can do 5 to the Jailer. I think I'm going to do the 5 to the Nazgul. Because I'm concerned about threat. Okay, and that's the end of the round. And I don't really... A Jailer's got 3 defense, so I don't see any benefit of it. Well, exhausting done here to attack him isn't going to benefit me in any way whatsoever. Six. Okay. Oh, hang on. just a bunch of... I keep forgetting the damage on how many rounds have I done here. Can't remember. I'm just going to pause there while I check how many rounds I've done. So that was the end of the 4th round, I believe. And so he should have already had an extra 3 on there. So he should have 6 damage. Obviously he's got 9 because of the Citadel plate, which means he actually would have done 3, 6, 8 damage on his own. So I would have done 11. So he is at, the Nazgul actually has 8 damage on him. And now Gimli gets another one. Okay. Fine, so next go, Horn of Gondor. Now do I want to... Now, I'm going to put a second Citadel plate on Gimli. Now that it's restricted, so I can, and so I'm going to lose an attachment on here. So I'm going to put that, the shadow key, back up there for a time being, because it's just going to stay unguarded basically. And the Dol Goldur jailer isn't in the staging area, in which case I'd be worried about that being shuffled in. So if another one of those is in the deck and comes out, I will claim it straight away. But it does now mean that Gimli has got 13 health. So he's got a bit of protection on there. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play Quick Strike straight away now to exhaust Legolas and have him kill. No, I'm not going to do that because he won't kill him. No, ignore that. So I'll bring that back. Although I will play 1 resource to play Rain of Arrows, in which case I can exhaust Legolas, which will do 1 damage to everyone he's engaged to. And that will kill the Nazgul. So Gandalf will have to wait for a few more turns. Okay. So let's play Gandalf on this side. And he can reduce my threat by 5. Back down to 36. I've still got 1 resource. Okay. So let's draw. Questing Eowyn. The tracker is going to clear both of those. Put 1 on there. Eowyn, Tharlin, because he's going to damage anything that comes out. So that's 6. And the 2, make it 7. Okay. Necromancer's pass. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. No, I'm going to cancel that. Chieftain Uthak. Okay, so 2, 5, 7. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. And he's going to take a damage. Do I want to travel? Necromancer's Pass has got 3 threat, but I don't really want to be discarding 2 of these cards. So nope, that's not going to happen. Engagement. First player is Tactics, so that would mean Gimli's going to get attacked. Which I don't really want. It's better than having. Okay, so Gimli is going to defend. No shadow effect. He then gets a resource token on him because that means he'll do more damage next time. And it does 3 attack, so he's going to do 1 damage to Gimli. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's basically the 2 Citadel plates cancelled out now. Over this side, hang on, bit of retconning. I will not have Eleanor cancel for that threat. I will use a resource to play a Test of Will, which cancels the when revealed effects of a card that was revealed from the encounter deck. So it's the same thing, just done a slightly different way. And again, I'll risk it and have Eleanor defend. Shadow effect, attacking enemy gets +1. It's going to do 3, so it's going to do 1 damage. And then I'll have Gandalf attack back, which is going to do 1 damage. And then he will leave the playing field. Or 4, 6. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep it like that. Threat is going a bit high over this side. I don't think I put my 4 progress tokens on when I killed the Nazgul, did I? 2, 3, 4. Okay, next round. Right, so I'm going to pay 2 to put Unexpected Courage on done here. Basically means I can exhaust that to ready done here, which will, I assume, cancel out the condition where I have to spend 2 resources to ready him. Still got 1 token. I can't do anything with that. Do I want to use a quick strike? No, I need to... Sorry, Gandalf, you're going to have to wait a bit longer. Although I might play the Horn of Gondor on Thalin as well. So when a character is destroyed, he will get an extra resource. Okay. So questing Eowyn, as always, Tracker is going to clear that one. Thalin. So that's going to go in with 6. At Gandalf's map. covered up by the Dol Goldur Beastmaster. And then, oh, Ungoliant Spawn, just what we want. So that's 3, 5, 8. Comes 4, 5, 6. Well, we are getting close now. But they are both going to take a damage, and it does mean the map is back in play. Oh no, actually, Ungoliant Spawn, when revealed, each character currently committed to a quest gets -1 willpower. So I actually only had 3 against. So I think that actually killed me. Well, I was just editing the video for the Lord of the Rings, and unfortunately at that point my camera died from overheating. So luckily we got pretty much all of the gameplay in there because Ungoliant Spawn did wipe out the tactics deck at that point, and from there on there was basically no recovering it because Ungoliant Spawn then engaged and basically murdered the spirit deck. So it did end very quickly and very badly after that point, I'm afraid to say. But up until then, I was really happy with a lot of how that was going. There were some tactics I know I missed out, like for example, I should, in hindsight, have travelled to the Tower Gate so that I could use Legolas's ability to kill the Orc Guards and really blast through the progress tokens. But, you know, that's, you live and learn, that's the beauty of these games, and hopefully that's a tactic I can put into play next week. But as I said, it did end in gruesome defeat at the jaws of Ungoliant Spawn once again, just like it did way back in September when Kurt and I were practicing passage through Mirkwood and we were cantering to victory before the Spawn swooped down from the trees, murdered a few heroes and foiled the quest. So it's becoming very much the bane of my existence, sadly, but I'm going to end the video there because there's not much to say, but hopefully you'll join me again next week. I think I will persevere with Spirit and Tactics for this quest at the moment because I do really like the synergy. I don't know what it is about the Tactics deck, but I really love the deck. I just seem to have no success with it. So it's a weird one. I always want to play as Tactics, even though I seem to lose. And I think with these core decks, it's hard to look past Eowyn when it comes to questing. So I'm going to try it with the same teams again next week, and then I'll probably look to substitute leadership in for tactics if that doesn't work. But I hope you join me for that. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed playing it. And with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye. So look after yourself, stay safe, and I hope you have a good one. So bye-bye now.